Sir, I don't understand.
That's glaringly apparent.
I can't fail this class.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Mr. Coates. I truly believe that you can.
Every year at Barton Academy, students, faculty, and staff depart the campus for a 2-week winter break. But there are always an unfortunate few who have nowhere to go for the holidays. They're known as the Holdovers.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Happy New Year! Sorry it's been so long, your boy was on a little vacation. But we are back today. We are talking about Alexander Payne's newest film, The Holdovers, starring Paul Giamatti. Oh my god, I've got so many tabs open. Where is the plot summary? When a cranky history teacher at a remote prep school in New England is forced to hold over with students during holiday break, he seems to grow a certain bond with a troubled student. Now, I can't tell you what you guys already know. Paul Giamatti is fantastic in everything he's in. Being a hostage in a negotiation, or yelling at people, or hell, just being blue. But in this film in particular, where he is front and center, you feel for him. You grow with him. He starts out as such a bastard. You know what I'm talking about. We've all had that one teacher who you feel like at the end of the school day just goes in the closet and powers down. But as the film progresses and goes on, you find yourself loving him. You feel so bad for him and you root for him.
Now, most of the kids dislike you, pretty much hate you. Teachers too. You know that, right?
I find the world a bitter and complicated place, and it seems to feel the same way about me. I think you and I have this in common.
It's a tale that's been told so many times, especially during the holiday season, of a curmudgeon-y person who grows and finds the value in something, but Paul Giamatti just throws that perfect twist on it, that you sit back and you give that chef's kiss right on his forehead. Some other standouts in this film are Dominic Sessa, who actually, fun fact for you, this is his first feature film, but I think across from Paul Giamatti, he hits it out of the park. You really feel, same thing like Paul Giamatti, he has such a beautiful character arc. From the start, he is a very bratty and troubled student who wants to just go off on winter's break with his parents, but when he finds out he has to stay at the school, he grows, and you find out so much about him.
I don't think I've ever had a real family Christmas like this before. Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
Lastly, I want to talk about Da'Vine Joy Randolph, who plays Mary Lamb, head of the cafeteria at the prep school. She has just suffered a very traumatic loss that I'm not going to go into in case you guys have not seen the film, but this is something that impacts her character very deeply. Now, normally, this could be, I don't want to say played up, but a lot of people could take this opportunity and give a very over-the-top performance. But she is so subtle and pulled back, and she really only goes to that higher octave in situations where it's called for. This is something that I was paying attention to her character in particular and just kind of studying. At one point, I remember getting out my notepad and just writing down certain keys that she had and really trying to take it and learn from it.
You don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that nobody wants him? What's wrong with you?
But it's the same thing from every performance in this movie because it's such a performance-driven movie. Also, something in this movie that really sticks out for me was the overall feel. Now, like I said, this takes place over Christmas break. So it is littered with that very warm feeling of a old school that is so rich and has such beautiful structure to it. And Alexander Payne chose to shoot it on location across 3 different schools. So that's another kind of piece you love about this film, that it wasn't some set that was artificially made. This feels like a school that's been lived in, that you've walked the halls at one time. Even from the opening credits of the film, where you get this kind of homage and throwback to older films of the 1970s, the studio logos and graphics are very old school and vintage. And overall too, the film has a very kind of film feel where it's very grainy, but it was actually shot digitally. Fun fact for you, but they do a really good job of convincing you that is an older picture. I think this movie should be nominated for many awards, but mostly overall, you should see this movie. For someone who doesn't like Christmas movies, feels that they've seen this kind of structure to a movie before, you have not. Trust me. This feels so organic and so fresh. This feels so warm and so loving that it is the perfect film to watch if you're getting a little snow outside and cozy up by the fireplace with this on and some nice hot chocolate. But that is it for me today, guys. I cannot recommend enough you guys go and check out this movie. It's so funny. The films I've been talking about recently have all hit for me. I promise there are some movies out there that I do not like, but this film is definitely not one of them. I am giving this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Guys, that is going to do it for me today. First video of the new year. I hope everyone has a fantastic 2024, and you will be seeing me a hell of a lot coming up. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, and if you don't mind dropping me a like, maybe a comment, maybe if you're generous enough, a subscribe, an early birthday present for me. But I love you guys so much. Until next time, I will see you later.